So in today's session, we are going to cover negotiation and soft skills for BA. This is your session number 19. Now here we would discuss about 10 important skills that a BA should have whenever he is working in any particular project. So to summarize, in today's agenda, we have the negotiation skills, the active listening skills, dealing with conflicts, quality client service technique, decision making, problem solving, strategic thinking, technical writing, presentation and public speaking skills, followed by team building skills. So we will see what are these 10 essential skills that a BA is supposed to have, irrespective of he is a fresher or he is a very high level consultant in business analysis track. They all have to possess these 10 skills with them. So when it comes to negotiation skills, there are many occurrences or many instances when we have to negotiate with certain aspects. So we have to understand what it is or what is the context behind negotiation. Now, typical example could be you have highlighted the in-scope item and out-of-scope item for a particular project. Now, all of a sudden, your customer is coming to you and he is relating something with the in-scope item and saying that you also deliver me this additional request that are related to this in-scope item. But when you inspect it carefully, you see that it is not that way. It is no way related to the in-scope item. But as a business analyst, you cannot go on saying no to them. So what you have to do is you have to apply some negotiation skills. So typically negotiation skills would come into the picture when you are dealing with project scope creep, because customers are very smart these days. They want everything to be done at the same cost, but you have to avoid that as a business analyst, because you are the business representative of your organization, not business representative of the customer. Because if they ask additional thing and you go on accepting them, ultimately it would be a cost to your organization. So what you have to do, you have to apply your negotiation skills. Now, in negotiation skills, you have to first facilitate negotiations. That is, have healthy discussion with business stakeholders. After that, you have to come to a particular agreement and you have to understand what are the things that can be done by a possible workaround and what are the things which cannot be done, and you have to justify them, that why it cannot be done. Having said that, always remember you can never ever say no to your customer as a business analyst. There are other ways of saying no to your customer. So that is the first skill that you need to consider when it comes to business analysis. You have to facilitate negotiation, understand their problem, justify your reason, have a healthy discussion, come to a proper agreement, and then apply the negotiation aspect and mitigate the risk for that particular project. Now coming to skill number 2, active listening. Now it is always said that you have to listen to everything that is being discussed in that particular sessions that you are conducting. Whether it's a chat session, focus group session, interview session, or any XYZ session that you are conducting, you have to listen carefully. Listen as in not only just sit and listen. You have to also give your thought process around what you are listening or what others are saying. So you have to pay attention, look who is talking, and you have to also see who is not talking. If someone is not talking, you have to encourage them, because what happens when you are sitting with 10-15 people in a meeting room. I have had a discussion with around 30 people in a particular meeting room at a given point of time. But as a business analyst, I need to ensure that everyone is speaking in that particular meeting, because that is what, okay, no issues here. Okay, so that is the reason why we encourage them that come and speak, give your views, because that is the reason why you are invited for this particular session or for this particular meeting. So if they are not that much important, then why we would have included them in the invite itself? That is the reason you have to encourage them to talk as much as possible and give their views in that particular meeting which you are conducting as a business analyst. So you have to pay attention, look at what others are talking, and see who is not talking. At the same time, while you are listening, you have to ask many questions as much as possible. You have to follow certain direction. If there are any meeting notes that you are capturing, you have to follow up with those meeting notes. If there are some action item, if your stakeholder says that right now the information is not available with me, but within 2-3 days I would be able to give that instruction. So what you have to do, you have to conduct a follow-up meeting with them, because ultimately it's your responsibility to get the right information to the right set of people. So you have to understand that. After that, you have to understand what is visually being said, or what they are talking. You have to visualize it. If a developer says, okay, I call this particular service, this would impact that particular home screen UI and the order screen UI. So you have to visualize it, what the developer is saying. You have to not just listen, you have to visualize it as well. So that is what this active listening skills talk about. So you have to collect the business requirement, you have to quality internal client service, and you have to gather particular report which are feasible to you. After that, the third skills that you need to possess as a business analyst is dealing with conflict. Now, in a particular project environment, there may be a situation that there could be a deadline issue, or your team members are not feeling well, or your team members are very agonistic in nature, or they are very introvert in nature. There can be any XYZ scenario which are no way related to project, but yes, they have an impact on the project. So what you have to do, you have to deal with this conflict. Let's say you have asked a developer and the developer is not giving you a particular set of information. So you have full rights to escalate that developer to your project manager, because ultimately your work is being stuck because of that particular developer. So you have to negotiate and deal with different conflicts that occurs in a project. Now, the very bad part of conflict is it is no way related to the project, but if not dealt in a proper manner, it would impact the project. So no relation, but huge impact on project. So you have to understand that criticality, and you have to deal with that conflict by using dealing with the conflict skill set. Essentially, when the project timelines are nearing, the conflict level rises up in a particular project, and before the start of this sprint, the conflicts are very minimal in nature. And as soon as the deadlines come nearing, the conflict level keeps on rising. So you have to maintain a right balance over there. After that, the fourth skill set is your client service technique. Now, as a representative of your uh, company or your organization, the very first principle for a business analyst is that whatever work they do, they have to delight their customer. Delight their customer as in whatever the customer's expectation is, you have to meet that customer expectation. So irrespective of how, when, where the information are available, you have to delight their customer. The end goal, the end objective is to delight your customer. So you have to ensure the uh, customer delighting process by giving a quality client service. So you can apply different techniques like market analytics or client knowledge, sourcing strategy, or strategic partnership, screening and selection, and so on. So whatever technique is feasible with you, like we discovered some of the techniques throughout our program, and we have around 99 techniques that could be used in business analysis landscape. Whatever technique you feel, you have to adopt those techniques as relevant, and you have to delight your customers. Coming to the fifth part, very important, decision making. Now, decision making is like there would be often certain circumstances in your particular project wherein you would be solely held responsible for everything. You would be given the complete accountability of a particular requirement or functionality. Now, how you go about decision making? Now, people would come to you, the business sponsor would come to you. Okay, I want this 5 set of functionalities to be delivered in this particular sprint. So, your decision making process should involve customer satisfaction as well as your team satisfaction as well. For example, if your customer is asking all the 5 items in a particular sprint, which are very complex in nature, which is not practically feasible. So you have to make a decision, convince your customer, and then at the same time you have to prioritize the item for your particular team as well. So that is where your decision making skill would come into the picture, because you cannot always sit for everyone's instruction. You have to proactively do certain things when you are working as a business analyst. So you have to essentially decide on what is priority for everyone and then make a decision. So that is what it talks about decision making skills. You have to explore the option, you have to understand the risk, you have to understand the issues, and depending on that, you have to understand the interpersonal issues, like I already explained, which are not directly related to project but has high impact on project, and the complexity of the issues, like what is the criticality of the ask the business is asking for. The sixth skill set talks about problem solving. So when we are doing root cause analysis, we saw the 5 whys. So that can be extended to n number of whys. Why this thing happened? How can we understand why this thing happened? With the help of brainstorming technique. So problem solving technique is like to understand the issue from its roots. Like what is the source of the issue which created this huge issue in the particular system? You have to understand that source, and depending on that you have to give your solution. So problem solving is a very important aspect for a business analyst who is working in any typical industry or project. They need to understand what is the problem, what is the actual reason of that particular problem before giving multiple solution or one single solution for a particular problem. They have to identify the problem, they have to define, they have to explore, they have to take an action on that problem, and at the same time they have to keep an eye on that problem, whether it is happening again or not. If it is not happening again, it's well and good. If it is happening again, then you have to develop a risk mitigation plan or strategy. After that comes your strategic thinking, which is thinking out of box. Now, someone asks you to work in an agile methodology. So you just go about working in that particular methodology. There is no value addition from your side. You see that a particular process is taking longer time. So what is your strategic thinking in reducing that particular process time, please? So these small things make a huge impact and difference in a particular project. And essentially in these days in typical industry, this strategic thinking is now a part of your KRA or your annual review process, basis on which you are given compensation hike on any particular project or organization. They ask you what is the different thing that you have done to the organization as a business analyst. So you have to think out of box in that particular area. So remember, when you are working as a business analyst in a particular company, it's not only about handling your project and team, it's also what I would say, catering to the organization's need, department's need as well. BA is a, what I would say, brand ambassador of that company. It's not a very minimal role that you play, just manage the team, gather requirement and so on. No, BAs are the brand ambassador of that particular organization. That's why they put special emphasis on this particular role um, throughout last 4 5 years, because they are considered as the strongest representative who represent the organization. If you see on LinkedIn, most of the strategic articles are written by business analysts of any XYZ organization. Or you open any company's web page, you would find the white papers, the other articles, the other artifacts are all created by the business analyst of that particular organization. Project manager has no expertise in creating those artifacts. Neither your program director, program manager, engagement manager, who are at the management levels. But yes, BA, yes, they are considered to be doing these activities. So here you have to anticipate, think critically, then interpret, decide, align, and learn. So this cycle goes on. So let's say you are working on a particular insurance domain. So how the insurance domain would have an impact on the emerging technologies like your chatbots. So these days, most of the insurance companies are coming towards chatbots technology because that's a logical solution they see in that particular technologies, or they see what I would say an opportunity in that particular technology. Most of the insurance companies are taking out of box solution these days. So you have to understand, think strategically, what is the next boom that would come in industry within your particular domain or project or organization. Holistically, you have to think from every direction. Now coming to the eighth skill set is technical writing. Now technical writing is like uh, you have written the requirement, you have delivered the requirement, you have ensured the requirement meets business expectation. Now, what is technical writing then? So, technical writing is like you have to do a thorough user documentation of the requirement. You have to maintain the proper release notes of that particular software product you are working. You have to give user training to that particular group of people who would be needing your assistance in and around using that particular application, because not everyone is IT savvy in any industry. Some industry are like they have people who are very functional in nature. Especially what happens in insurance industry is like the underwriters, the agents, they are not that much technical savvy in nature. So what we have to do as a business analyst, we have to write project handouts, the product handouts, how you would be using the particular system. If they are unable to understand those product handouts, we have to schedule one-to-one meeting with them and explain them, okay, on click of this button, this all option would come. You have to select this. This is how you have to rate. This is how you would be issuing a policy document. This is how you would be validating all the details are correct. So we have to guide them each and everything. So that is also a skill set expected from a business analyst. That is technical writing. You cannot say that, okay, requirements are delivered, my work is over. No, if there are any special guidance needed, any special training needed by anyone, you have to extend your hand and give that particular support to them as well. Now coming to skill number 9, that is presentation and public speaking. Now this is very important skill set. Like I said, business analysts are brand representative or brand ambassador of any particular organization. So as a business analyst, we travel a lot. We travel to different countries and we promote our company, our organization's offering, our organization's solution to different customers. So you must be knowing there are many BA conventions happening across worldwide. Now, what essentially happens in this BA convention? So many different organizations deploy their business analysts to that particular convention. They have their own exclusive booths available over there, and they explain to the customer who are coming to that convention about their organization's offering, like what new thing their company is working on, what's the product their company is working, and so on. So this way, you need to possess a presentation and public speaking skills as well as a business analyst. Now this is applicable to all the BAs, right from entry level to the topmost level BA who is available in the particular organization. And the final skill set is your team building skill set, because ultimately at the end of the day you are working with your particular team. So you need to have your goals set right, you need to collaborate effectively. If your team needs your support, you have to support it. If someone is feeling low, you have to motivate them. In terms of solutioning, you have to sit with the development team and propose some solution. If there are some skill building activities needed, for example, a tester is coming to your project who do not have any functional knowledge, then you have to develop their skills. You have to give them necessary training and coaching in order to build that particular skill. That is also your responsibility. So apart from whatever we have covered in throughout this program, these 10 are most important things that you have to have in a business analysis role. So to summarize, you have to have these 10 skill sets with yourself working as a business analyst: negotiation, active listening, dealing with conflict, quality client service technique, decision making, problem solving, strategic thinking, technical writing, presentation and public speaking, and team building skills. So this may not seem relevant to whatever we have learned so far, but this is the very first set of skills that you need to have before even starting your business analysis career. So that is it all about.